Woody Guthrie said it best. He sang it best. He said, "This machine kills fascists." Hey, the time is now, people. It's time to wake up, to get inspired, and fight back to what's happening in our country. You know, I get inspired by music, but I'm getting pissed off, and it's time to act. And I hope this might give you some insight to help get you and me motivated. You know, I recently saw the movie, the Dylan biopic, A Complete Unknown. It was really interesting, the recreation of Timothy Chalamet visiting Woody, Dylan visiting Woody in the hospital, and Woody's voice is gone. He can't speak anymore. I thought about today how Woody Guthrie's music, Dylan's music, and now the music of the people that I meet help inspire me to say we need to fight back. And I read up a little bit on Woody Guthrie on Wikipedia, and I want to tell you what I read. In Guthrie's opposition to fascism, he conceptualized the ideology as a form of economic exploitation similar to slavery. And he was very straightforward, and he denounced fascism. I hear it in the conversations of people I meet today who talk about money. Hey, it's my money. Fraud, deception in our institutions needs to be weeded out, but not with a jackhammer and a sledgehammer, but surgically, because guess what? It screws the poor and disadvantaged, and you're going to see it, and the people are starting to rise up. And we need to be inspired, frankly, what's happening out there. And, you know, the times, they are changing. It's a great Dylan songs, but the times haven't changed. And what we're seeing now, and I'm going to get political, is we're seeing the broligarchs, the oligarchs who've bought this country, the large corporations who are kowtowing to the orange man and letting our friends and democracy fall by the wayside. You just saw a vote in the UN where the U.S. just didn't abstain from voting, but voted with Russia and China against Ukraine. What is the world coming to? We need to rise up. We need to protest. We need to make our voices heard. And if there's anything that inspires me, it's music. And I'm not here to promote an album, but a friend of mine is coming out with an album on March 7th, Pete Mancini. It's called The American Equator. In our conversation, and you'll see the podcast come up at the end of this video, so stay to the end. And by the way, I want your comments, good or bad. You tell me what your thoughts are. Leave it in the comments below. But I had a conversation with Pete. His release of the album is coming out on March 7th, and we talked about this song. And the title song of the album, American Equator, has to do of imagining a place, and you don't have to imagine too hard, where we have these opposing forces going on. Would look, the American equator is looking like a war zone. And you know what? We can't sit back and be polite. I'm sorry. You have to protest. You have to go to the town hall meetings. I am so inspired to see people get up and speak and tell these politicians who try to rationalize this crap behavior, this farce of a man who is in the White House. This guy is a criminal. Just look at his history. In business, he's cheated thousands of people and put them out of business. I'm from New York. I've seen it happen firsthand. I've spoken to the people who've been screwed over by Trump. So what we need to do is we need to get inspired. Hey, take a look at this album when it comes out March 7th. There are two songs that jump out at me. There's a rockin' song in the beginning called Calamity People, and I'll let it speak for itself. And then the song American Equator. But all hope is not lost. The very last track of this album, American Equator by Pete Mancini, is called Sun Came Up. He co-wrote this with his late friend, Travis McKivney, and we always got to resort back to hope. You know what? The oligarchs, the dictators, their lives are short-lived, and it's time for us to put a spotlight on what they're doing and get active. All right, as I always say, be generous with your joy. Let's help the disenfranchised and the poor. Keep your spirits high and let the music take you on a journey and get us active. All right, be well, everyone.